Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Ukraine. So in the last episode we have ended by starting a new research of decentralized warfare, which is going to give us a 1% bonus to our division defense across the field. Everyone will get that, which is good, that is a useful thing. But as part of the second phase of our army reform, we have a number of tasks ahead of us. Now, I have played a bit in between episodes with the second unit that we have here. We already reformed the first part, which was the Prikordny Zagin, and now we are going to play with the Zenitny Raketny Polk. Wait, no, not this one. Artilleryska Brigada. My apology. Turns out I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this one has combat width of 13. And now I tried balancing it out. Oh hey, we finished the privatization of state enterprises. So wait, let's get on with that, because that is going to take us a bit less time than anything else, and then we are going to go back into that thing. Association agreement. Okay, consolidation, no. Or identity. Tempted to go with constitutional reform. That's like the only one anyway that we haven't yet taken. Or the healthcare reform. Now that is going to increase the amount of money that we're paying for healthcare. 0.03 billion, and this is going to cost 0.05, which means we are going to get 0.02 billion or less. That's not great. What about the civil administration? Would that would also increase our... Damn. Everything increases our expenses. Promoting small businesses is fine, but not something that I'm that interested in. Well, there's not much we can do that wouldn't make Russia angry. Russia may become subversive. Well, national revisionism. Unless the people support and seize power. What? Okay, there's nothing here that is a stability of lower state of emergency, strong republic, and then new national idea. Well, we could go with this one. What does this one says? Unless the people support. The people are the building block of any country. Without the people's support, our government will be unable to pursue anything moving forward. So, the country at its core is weak. It is time Ukraine is revised for a government that is for the people. Now is its strength in the republic, state, or nation. Strong republic. The republic is ultimately the strongest form of governance for the Ukrainian people. It is in our best interest to strengthen the republic, in this case to remain the governing body in Ukraine. And the republic has been strengthened. It is time to devise a new national idea to proceed our development. We must remain ever thoughtful of our people while we devise this new national idea. It actually sounds all okay. These ones would give me, strong state and strong nation, basically going either fascist or... both of these seem fascist. True political freedom. Political power bonus. Tactics of fatherland. Army of purity. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with national revisionism and this line. Snap elections. PMU becomes the ruling party. Public elections will not be held. That's a great plan. Snap elections, or unite the opposition, or reduction of the state. It's kind of interesting that the reduction of the state is increasing the thing, but this doesn't seem one of the following must be pro-Ukraine, pro-Russian, or save the status quo, and requires over 60% stability. Okay, let's go with this one. This is just going to give us some bonuses in the end, and we can do it the least intrusive way, which is the left one that I shown. The country at its core is weak. It is time Ukraine is revised for a government that is for the people. Now is its strength in the republic, state, or nation. So let's do that. Okay, and as I was saying, I was going back about 5 minutes, I was thinking about how we could change this one, and it's extremely hard to make this one in a way that would seem okay. Now I was considering something like this, and that would probably make sense, but I'm not really happy with it. It's not as good as I wanted it, so I decided that we might go even further, though there's one big problem with this. Just remember, this cost 15. We could afford that. But what I envisioned in the end was something like this. Light infantry, more artillery, and more light infantry. And here we would add self-propelled batteries, and the last one would be... which one was it? The mechanized... No, it was the tank company. Okay, so it was like this. So we would have 5 artillery brigades, 5 light infantry brigades. We would have an armored recon company, a tank company, a self-propelled artillery battery, and a self-propelled air defense battery, and a heavy engineering company. But this costs 55 to create. This would be an ideal width as well. It would be a very strong, capable... It's slow. That is out of the question. We don't have to discuss that, but other than that, it's a pretty damn good unit. The problem is we cannot afford it. So for now, we could go with what I showed you, which would be like this. But the issue here is, of course, it doesn't have any... it doesn't have any air defense. So I could add that, but that would screw the combat with. So what I might do instead is remove this one and just have it like this. And I kind of find this fairly good. So I guess this is in the end the best option that we can go with right now. Combat with 20, increased soft attack to by 219 almost, but increased by 36. Hard attack by 20. Air attack by 10, defense by 25, breakthrough by 16, and piercing by 7.5. So that is pretty good, I guess. Not much to say about it more. We can do like a third wave of reforms where we are going to change that even further. And we have just replaced fast growth with economic boom, extra stability, and construction speed. Hell yeah, brother. Nice, 0.07 billion. And Democratic Republic Congo took 2 states. Rally for Congolese democracy was annexed. Rwanda was puppeted, and they seized quite a lot of equipment. Are they still at war? Nope, that's the end of the conflict. So the Rwandan government has gone into exile, and their main forces have capitulated to Congo Democratic Republic, who is now in control of their home area. Although the struggles between Democratic Republic Congo and Rwanda are over, there is still an all-out war. There isn't, actually. They are at peace now. And they're trying to attract foreign investors. That could be fun, playing Congo, fighting that war, and then trying to get foreign investors. So Rwanda is gone. That's a puppet now. Patrick Mbonyumutwa. Why does he have a construction helmet on his head? Interesting. This is one of the things that I really don't excel in, and that's the history of Africa. I know a lot about the Horn of Africa. I know a lot about the Northern African countries. Bit about South Africa. I know a lot about the Cape Verde. Just great way how to demonstrate that you know what you're talking about by forgetting the name of the country. But the Central African area, like I know a bit about Ghana and Nigeria, but most of these states, what happened there was such a mess. It's insane, and I never really gotten into that. As electives during my during my studies of history in the university, I took, the post-Soviet area, Japan, even Australia, North America, South America, but I avoided that because that was just too much for me, too much mess, too far away from what I consider normal, so it would be very hard to understand for me, and that's just it pretty much. I just couldn't get it to work for myself. Italian elections. Scandal as Niccolo Romano suspends elections. Just as the opposition was looking to win in the election, Niccolo Romano, Western Outlook, suspended the final counting of votes and stated that the opposition has colluded with hostile foreign operatives to steal the elections away from the Italian people. Okay. So, no elections for you because you're not voting for us. Cool. Background writer. Ideology liberal. That makes sense. You're liberal, so you won't allow anyone to vote. You really like that. So we're definitely missing a lot of CNC equipment right now. I'm thinking that we might put... Yes, okay. We're actually stockpiling the Humvees now, which means we can slow down on that production. And... Yep, we have 65 Humvees in the bank. So that allows me to put in the CNC or C3 equipment and lower this to 1.8 per day, which will get us, it's gonna get us this equipment pretty soon. And we would also do well to research the next version of it so that we can get our units a bit more organization, regeneration, if that is even possible to say that way. But I got one more thing that I actually forgot in the previous episode that was recorded right before this one. I know that in many occasions, many times, have I said that these are anti-tank guns. No, it's anti-tank guided missiles, and I am aware of that. It's just, I don't know, this is an anti-tank. That's actually artillery. So we have no anti-tank guns at all. But if I ever said that, I apologize. It's just this one. Of course, I'm well aware that the anti-tank guns, as in the anti-tank used during Second World War, is extremely outdated today. And either you attack tanks using infantry anti-tank weapons, which is in some occasions is it Javelin? I think it's the Javelin, American system of Javelin, but in other occasions you could use, old style or modernized weapons. Actually, I think that the German anti-tank infantry weapons are still called Panzerfaust, even to this day. So yeah, I'm aware of the difference. I apologize though, because I'm well aware that I might have sounded like I don't know what I'm talking about. But at this point, we have finished building... Oh, we actually have another Krivak class here that we have. And we got our first Ukraine class helicopter operator. And I have a perfect name for it. Spite of Putin. I've been waiting to name you that since we put you into production. So we're going to join the first fleet. Brigada Nadvodnych Korablev. Okay. And the second one is called what? Brigada. Okay. So we got the first and fifth fleet for some reason, but I guess I'm okay with that. So we're gonna join here. Everyone is at Krivak class 3, which is good. And with that said, I can show you that the good gentleman in my comments was telling the truth. Now we can get to this national focus. So once the national revisionism is done, we're gonna go for that. Everything is it's fairly weird, but fine by me. So how do you work together, shippies? I could send you to training, couldn't I? We do have the extra fuel that we can put on that. Spite of Putin, I love that. Capacity 0 air points. That should make you... Yeah, all these ships are green. These corvettes aren't, right? Yeah. We actually should, and that's something that I neglected to do before, look at the corvettes and put them up to date as well. Wait, production here. So where are the corvettes? Yeah, we got all of these. So what's the difference between them? We got the Grisha, we got the Tarantul, and the Pauk. So what is the difference between them? So Grisha has batteries, solar results, radar, sonar, fire control, and torpedoes. Okay. What does Tarantul have? Okay, instead of torpedoes, it has anti-aircraft missiles, has batteries, and some anti-ship missiles. Okay. And Pauk has anti-aircraft missiles, fire control system. But what's the difference between these two? No. Wait, that's not what I wanted at all. So this is Pauk. Oh, okay, it's the second slot. Anti-submarine missiles on Pauk, and you have anti-ship missiles. Was it worth it for us to upgrade all of them? Well, I guess it is. Like, I mean, just refitting them to one straight up class is a bit... Yeah, I don't want to do that. So let's just upgrade them one by one. So you have anti-aircraft missiles. So we can give you 2. Interesting. The difference in look. Okay, light guns 3. What was that? Anti-submarine missiles. Yeah, we don't have better ones there, but we can give you a better radar. Actually, radar level 4. Upgraded fire control system. You got the diesel-powered engine. So this is gonna be Pauk Mark II. Pauk Mark II class. Okay, which should allow 4 of those ships to be upgraded. And it doesn't. Uzhhorod. I guess there's just too much difference in there. No, I can do it. Okay. Cool. So I can still do it. It's just not marked here. Okay, never mind then. So that's the first one, Pauk. Then we're gonna do the same for... What was it? Tarantul. So you got anti-aircraft missiles. So we can upgrade that definitely. Extra wide guns. Better anti-ship missiles, if we can do that. Nope. Okay, so let's keep that as it is. Better radar. Better fire control system. And you got jet turbine engine. Well, okay. Not a bad idea. So Tarantul Mark II class. And the last one is Grisha class, which is torpedoes. Oh wow, I actually get torpedoes free. Yeah, it's a big upgrade. Light guns. That was what? Anti-aircraft, right? Yeah, I'm starting to get pretty good at that. Anti-aircraft 2. Very aged radar. Damn, these ships are gonna get a complete overhaul. And a level 2 diesel powered engine. So this is Grisha Mark II class. Okay, so we prepared the refits. It didn't cost us even that much, so I'm happy about that. The national revisionism will be done soon, at which point we can mark or jump on that ship upgrades, but we can't do it at this point because if we did, it would cancel our actual national focus. Yeah, it says here, right? This focus will be cancelled if the requirements are not met. So yeah, we need to keep it as it is right now. Still getting that sweet bank though. So let's repay this. We might invest a bit more into the economy down the line, because I like how it's looking. Did you throw another factory my way? You didn't. And I'm very happy for that. So we get national revisionism, which increases the popularity of nationalists and give us a bit of war support. Didn't we start something like 5% there? Huh, interesting. Well, and let's get the SRDSC. The SRDSC, or State Research and Design Shipbuilding Center, handles the research and development of warships and lighter ships for the Ukrainian Navy and other countries who contract the SRDSC. So let's get that one. And we'll be happy with that, won't we? Wow, Russia's state influence is down to 12%. Isn't that lovely? So we could increase our independence here, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. And I can invest into industrial projects, a bit of the money that we earn. And we might even do pro-Western propaganda. So let's do that too. Nice. So things are going fairly well. I can't say I would be appalled. And we are slowly repaying our debt again. So maybe by the time we are done with the SRDSC, we might do that oil national focus, which was called Ukrat Nafta. No, Naftogaz, and then there's Ukrtat Nafta. So Naftogaz would be good. It would give us extra oil production in Donbass for all places. So yeah, that's in line with the reality though. That's where those oil fields were planned originally, also here and here, as I have said before. Okay, and with this said, the technology metals are the only thing that's actually bothering us. And I'm okay with that. That is not that bad. That is not that bad. Overall production, with the exception of the BTRs, is at full. No, actually no. You also need technology metals. But again, 15%. Nah, it's not that bad. Once we start producing one per day, I will be a happy man. Industrial production of nanofibers is going to be done soon. And here is the soon that I've been talking about. So, we are ahead of time here. Electronics, no. We need C3I star equipment. Command and control equipment is the system empowering leadership to exercise authority and direction over assigned forces for the accomplishment of missions and tasks. Efficient command and control leads to greater organization and morale. C3I star, command, control and communication, intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance is the third generation of C2 equipment. Actually, let's go back and read on this. Efficient command and control leads to greater organization. C2, command and control, is the first generation of C2 equipment. So then we get the C3, command, control and communication. So this was just command and control, and this is command, control and communication, and this is command, control, communication, intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition, and reconnaissance. And then comes C4. Command and control, communication, computers, intelligence, and interoperability. Damn. Command, control, communication, computers, intelligence, interoperability, surveillance, target acquisition, and reconnaissance. Then it just gets more complicated. Command and control, communication, computers, collaboration, and intelligence is the 6th generation. And the last one is command and control, communication, computers, collaboration, intelligence, interoperability, surveillance, target acquisition, and reconnaissance. Wow. Actually, that's kind of interesting. These don't have time penalties. No, this one doesn't. Okay, but the rest of them does. Okay. Is it because this one... No, it's 2045. Okay, anyway, we're gonna get that. And the UMTS is gonna be done soon, so we might go with Wi-Fi, which would increase reset speed by 5%. Or I might just go with another level of encryption. We don't want Russians to, you know, eavesdrop on us, because that would be pretty nasty from the Christian Laboratory elected. And here's the UMTS. So do we want Wi-Fi? 4G is a bit too ahead. So is this one. So you know what, let's go with Wi-Fi, then we're gonna go with both levels of encryption. What I wanted to check though was that mobile radio mast. What does this one do? Mobile radio mast or radio towers are tall structures used in electrocommunication and radio communication. They are built in order to push transmissions across great distances. They were first used in the early 1900s when communication really began to come into its own. It helped expand and extend radio signals. The invention of these towers allowed for greater something to be communicatable, allowing for greater development and more improves local construction speed. Really? Okay, and what's the other one? Intelligence station. Okay, so that would help. Yeah, we ought to build these everywhere, at least at one level, because they help with our defenses. It doesn't say though how much cheaper it makes stuff, doesn't it? But we can make that this assertion ourselves, couldn't we? We couldn't. No, it's fairly. We couldn't. But it seems like it's about 10% or something like that. I think that is reasonable. Okay, only 16,602 of our small arms are to be built and distributed. We are getting up to speed with the Manpads 2005. 995 are necessary to be upgraded, but we're producing almost 2 per day, and we're gonna get there soon. The Humvees are just being stockpiled at this point, which is awesome, but these utility vehicles are used for pretty much everything, so we are going to be going back to those periodically and maybe even putting back those aged Zills. APC 661s, IFVs, there's 1077 of them. And the recon tanks, how are we doing on the recon tanks? We have 98 now. Might be a good idea to reform another unit. Which one? Tank Brigade, maybe. Yeah, they get combat width of 28, which is really dumb. Let's see what we could do here. If we give them Armored Company Reconnaissance, can I give them... Yeah, Heavy Engineering Company would be pretty good as well for something like this. Armored Infantry. Let's give them Oh, this is the oh, wait, what? Heavy engineering battalion. How did that happen? What? Why? Okay, that's... I think this is not based on the allowed template. That's why we're having such issues. These shouldn't come after the motorized reconnaissance. And if I do... Yeah, it changes that. Okay. So we would have to do it like this. Remove and put them in separate one. Armored infantry, and this was a heavy engineering battalion like this, right? Yeah. So they would be okay with this. And if we added heavy engineering company, heavy... Yeah, here it is, armored reconnaissance, and I guess heavy mechanized reconnaissance, and added 2 more tank battalions. Oh wow, that's... The organization would increase though. It's kind of interesting to see. But it's 42, that's too much. Yeah, it would be like this. This would be ideal. Have 5 tank battalions. I mean, of course I'd like more. What if I did it like that? Yeah, the organization would increase much more. 34.5 is not bad. How much do you guys have? 43. But that's because it's infantry. So we need a bit more army experience for that to work, because it will require us to get them to a solid 40 battle with, or combat with. But we get only 2. So eventually getting a 3rd one would be a pretty good idea. Or at least I think so. Did I send you guys to do those naval exercises? I didn't, because we want to upgrade you first. I get it. That makes sense. Okay, and here we go with the last research slot. Come to Papa. Here it is. Great. So, thank you again for the tip. That would never occur to me, because I just don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. But okay, I guess it might. And now let's go with enlisting the people's support. The people are the building blocks of any country. Without the people's support, our government will be unable to pursue anything moving forward. So it lowers the chance of revolt and increases the stability of the regime. And this last technology slot, what are we going to do with you? Well, I am tempted to start working on the aircraft. And I can tell you why, because we will need those. So which ones though are the true interceptors? This one, right? Air dominance, fighter, air defense, air superiority. Let's compare them. You can do air superiority and interception. 125 air defense. Agility, air attack. Yeah. So we need to go with the flanker. Definitely, right? Air defense, air superiority. Yeah, these guys are the ones. Yeah, ground attack, so not. Yeah, so we would need with the flogger and then the flanker moving up here, and then we can get just something like this. These will be insane to build. 185 production cost. Let's compare it to the tanks, which have 10. Now, you know what? We have to start with the T-84. That is something that we want. I'm actually thinking about creating a 3rd division of tanks. The one that we have been just thinking about changing would be the case of which I would like to have 3 instead of 2. So this one would be a pretty good one. So with the increasing threat of fire and forget anti-tanks guided missiles, active protection systems are introduced. This, combined with passive jamming systems, make the tank better designed to counter missile attacks. Welded instead of cast turrets improve the quality of the tank's armor. Further improved laser rangefinders enables the detonation of fragmentation rounds at specific distances against infantry forces. Main battle tanks are heavily armored and highly mobile in flat terrain and provide armies with powerful direct fire abilities. By the way, the T-84, and I'm not kidding, is one of the fastest tanks in the world right now. It has a nickname of Flying Tank, so that should tell you how good it actually is. So this is something that we want to get. But didn't we want... Yeah, I wanted these ones as well, didn't I? And the mounted ones too. It's just so many things we want. Well, are we producing the anti-tank guided missiles at this point? No. We're not. So that means we don't need to bother ourselves with that. So what we should bother ourselves with would be the things that we can actively use. Like this one, for example, because we do equip our units with that. Fire control systems and varied propellant charges. Okay, those are flat bonuses, which will be good. So let's research those. That helps all of our units. Bonus to soft attack and breakthrough. This gives... Actually, this one is a bit more interesting. All infantry get extra air attack and tanks get air attack. The ultraviolent band of the EM spectrum has the potential to be used as the host medium for the operation of guided weapons. This is a continuation of the technology. So let's do this one. And on that note, I'm going to end the episode for today. I would like to thank you very much for your continuous support. We are reforming our army successfully, but unfortunately I have to refinish these couple of focuses. We have no other choice than to go and get the NATO standard and get the association agreement, which will both trigger Russia into coming after us. And I cannot tell you that I would be happy about that. Let's just hope that we are a bit more ready than we were at the start of the game. Yeah, let's hope.